What up, sports fans? I'm Paulo Camacho, and this is the Macho Sports Report, where I talk to you about the sports stories that matter to me, hopefully matter to you. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but once upon a time, I went to San Diego State University for grad school, and being the sports junkie that I am, I got into SDSU sports. I followed the basketball program's latest rise to prominence with guys like Kawhi Leonard and Malcolm Thomas. Shout out to Malcolm Thomas. He was a student of mine in my sociology program. You know, just saying. But I digress. Okay, what's the point of all this? Well, another standout athlete I followed while attending SDSU was on the baseball team. At the time, he was considered the best pitcher in the country. He was drafted first overall to the Washington Nationals in 2010, and is still considered a wonderkind of sorts. Oh yeah, he also just got paid. Of course, I'm talking about one Stephen James Strasburg. The 27-year-old ace, originally from San Diego, just got a contract extension from the Nats. Washington wanted to avoid the phenom going into free agency next year and be caught in an all-out bidding war with teams like the Yankees, Dodgers, and Giants. The terms? 7 years and a whopping $175 million. Well, to be more exact, per Buster only, a 3-year minimum deal with a 4-year player option. In any case, it's not like he hasn't earned it. Since he settled into the starting rotation in 2010, he's racked up a 59-37 record with a 3.06 ERA. Not to mention a 2.80 FIP and 2.72 xFIP on his career. In layman's terms, he's had comparable numbers to Dodgers uber ace Clayton Kershaw. But there's also the risk involved with such a lucrative contract. After all, he had to have Tommy John surgery in 2010, and the Nationals have a history of clocking Strasburg with a hard innings count. Then there's this telling quote from Yahoo Sports' Jeff Passan about Tommy John pitchers. The Nationals are betting as much on future performance as past. A tricky wager, seeing as they're the franchise that has publicly said they fear the health of Tommy John pitchers after their 7th year post-op. Strasburg's 7th year is next season. Yikes. So yeah, the Nationals are no doubt taking a risk here, potentially sinking $175 million to what might only amount to a pretty good pitcher that might see himself on the downside of his career in the very near future. But then again, it's a risk the Nationals just had to take. I mean, next year's free agent pitcher class doesn't look all that attractive. If they had lost Strasburg to a New York or a Los Angeles, the Nats would have a huge hole in their rotation, with no one of value anywhere near Strasburg's to fill it. And sure, the Nationals have no idea what the future holds for Strasburg as an ace pitcher, partly because they don't have too much to go on in terms of past performance. Between the innings limits accrued to Strasburg in the years after Tommy John surgery, and the fact that Strasburg has only reached 200 innings in a season just once, some could argue that the Nats vastly overpaid. Then again, teams run just as big of a risk investing exorbitant amounts of money on older, more experienced pitchers that have already proved it. Just look at the Boston Red Sox, for example. They just sank $217 million over 7 years on 9-year veteran David Price, who would help the Toronto Blue Jays reach the ALCS last season. Right now, he's struggling mightily. Despite a 4-1 record thus far in 2016, Price has seen his ERA balloon to a whopping 6.75. For comparison's sake, Price finished 2015 with a career-low 2.45 ERA. His fastball seems to be getting slower, according to some experts. And being on the wrong side of 30, it might just get worse from there. And the Sox have him for 6 more seasons, I think. Main point: you just never know with free agent ace pitchers. But you take the risk of signing them to big deals because sometimes you get it right. Anyway, I want to know what you think. Do you think the Nationals made the right move in signing Strasburg to such a big contract? Leave your responses in the comment section below. I'm Paulo Camacho, and this has been the Macho Sports Report. Peace out, sports fans!